I'm Jose's mom. I'm glad everyone's here to support me. I'm very happy everyone's here. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about my son. Very funny, as everybody knew him, very funny person, but with a big heart. And he would help anyone out. He don't care who they are. He always joked around. He always joked around with me all the time. Everything was ma. What you doing, ma? Hey, ma, come here, ma. I'm gonna miss all that too. So I'm here for my son, and I love him, and I'm gonna miss him a lot. I'm gonna miss him a whole lot. He was my baby, and still is, and always will be. Rest in peace, my son. Everybody's gonna hold on to your, make sure your feet are on the ground, because this is hard to say for me. I had to cremate my son on February 18 on my birthday. So what a birthday I had, huh? Hey, Mom, I'm being cremated on your birthday. Love you, Mom. Happy birthday. That's all I got to say for now. And when I heard about his death, I heard it the wrong way, which I shouldn't have heard it that way. Someone from the prison should have came and told me about it. Should have looked up his records and came to knock on my door and say, can we talk to you? And I would sit down and talk to them, and he would tell me that my son was dead.
How did you learn?
How did I find out? By voices. His friend that's over here, his name is Adrian, in that car right there. He's the one that told me, because the Reverend Tony called him and told him that my son passed away in the prison. And he called me and told me. And that was the wrong way of hearing about my son's death.
So the president never contacted you, never called you?
No.
And when you
everything came out way later on.
And when you contacted the prison to ask about your son, what did they say?
I didn't call the prison.
Right.
I came to the prison, matter of fact, and they were giving me different phone numbers and giving me the runarounds and telling me that my son. First they said my son, they found him unresponsive. Okay. Then after that they told me that he probably died of a heart attack, which I didn't believe.
Right.
It's different stories after stories after stories.
Do you know how he died still, or any idea?
No, because I'm still waiting for the autopsy papers.
Right.
And that's the only way I'm going to find out about my son. I hope there's change. I hope there's change for other prisoners that are behind bars. I hope it's changed. I hope they wake up after this. I really do. I hope they all wake up, and these so-called the ones that take care of them there, those guards in there. I hope they wake up and start treating the prisoners with a little bit more respect, a little bit, you know what I mean, and do their rounds the way they're supposed to do their rounds. There's human beings, just like the people that are out here. We're all human beings. They all need to be treated right, with respect. Like I said, with a lot of respect.
When you see people like...
Nobody's perfect. The only perfect one is God. He's the only perfect one. You understand? I mean, everybody does something. You know what I mean? But do you have to treat them because they go in there? Because of something that they did out here or something? Do you have to treat them like an animal? Like, it's not right. It's not right. It's not right whatsoever. It's not right. To tell you the truth, I didn't know that people like this cared. And I never knew there was a place where you could go to and get help. You know, I didn't know. I didn't know nothing about this. Everything I was doing it on my own. Going to the prisons and trying to get information why my son died. What was the, who was around? Who was there? Who seen this? How did they find him? Did they find him curled up in the bed? Did they find him laying flat on his bed? Did they find him up, like on his belly on the bed? That's what I want. Those are all the answers that I need right now.
Right.
Was the cell door closed when this happened? Was it open when this happened? These are all these answers that I want and I need. I want to know how my son died. Well, they took his body down to the morgue, and they didn't let me see my son's body at all. They didn't let me go in and see my son's body at all whatsoever. I really took a fit in there. I was really very, very, very angry.
Why did they not let you see your son? What was
because
the reason
of the COVID-19.
Mm-hmm.
I told her, I'm pretty sure there's a room in there, there's a glass,
Right.
where I don't have no contact with my son, I don't have any contact with anybody else in there. And I'm pretty sure I could see my son through the glass.
Right.
Because I used to come here and see friends of mine in here. And why can't I? Because of the COVID, now you use it. Oh no, now we have that for some kind of room for meetings.
Yep.
What kind of lie is that? When I went to pay for the money for my son's autopsy, that the paper they give you the sign and everything, and I took it down there. I was looking through the door, the glass. It was empty. The room was empty. The room was empty, and I seen like metal things.
Well, you had to pay
in the room.
You had to pay for the autopsy.
Yeah.
And
I had to. They told me I had to wait 90 days to get the autopsy for my son. 90 days. 90 days. And then all of a sudden, the state police got in touch with us, called my phone, and tells us that my son probably died of the COVID-19. That's another thing I didn't believe.
So you've
Stories
got,
after stories. Yes.
so you're getting story after story after story about how he died, but
exactly.
no real
No.
proof of anything. Nobody's coming forward.
Not whatsoever.
And they're not really reaching out to you and keeping you informed as to
None.
anything that might be happening.
Exactly, none.
Yeah, all of those
Yep.
stories, you called them to get an answer, right?
Yes,
They never
yeah,
reached
and
out
they
with
never,
any kind of
never
answer.
reached out to the way they were supposed to, the right way. They never reached out.
So it just looks even worse for them. The fact that they just keep adding layers and layers of.
Exactly, of excuses. For me, it's excuses, just lies after lies. That's all it was to me, lies after lies.
Now,
And you don't do that to a mother that's grieving for her son. You
Right.
understand
Oh,
at that
no.
moment.
I
You know what
do
I mean?
understand.
Like I was hysterical. I really was hysterical, because I wasn't getting nowhere with them, nowhere whatsoever. Just the runarounds.
You feel like there's no accountability for injuries, deaths that happen inside the jail. It's basically whatever happens inside, no one knows about it. It's just
Exactly. Anything could have happened to my son. Anything in there.
he was due out in March,
In
correct?
March 17, he's supposed to come out.
So he went in last June or July?
Yeah.
And
mhm.
so 9 months or so is what he was serving.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
he was
March.
supposed to come out in maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
Yep.
Okay.
A couple of weeks from now. Yeah, because tomorrow's March 1st.
Have
yeah.
you had any kind of services for your son yet?
You believe he was cremated on my birthday, February 18th. He was cremated. I had to have him cremated because everybody was rushing me to try to get him out of the place where they keep the bodies and everything, the autopsy place. They were rushing me there. They were rushing me in the funeral home too. They were just throwing everything at me. So I had to have my son cremated. I didn't want to. I couldn't even afford to give him a decent burial, something small at least. You know what I mean? So everybody could say their goodbyes to him. And I gotta go Wednesday and pick up his ashes. Bring him. He's gonna come home with me Wednesday. That's not the way I want him to come home, but he's coming home to his mother. That's me. Change the whole system around. Care about these prisoners in there. Not only in the men's prison, the women's prisons too. Have a change. Let's have a heart. Let's not just think about that bill, that money. that's coming in. Because that's all they're working for. That's the only reason why they all sit around. I'm pretty sure they all sit around. They all sit around. Oh, I don't care about the inmates. Oh, let them take care of themselves. No, that's not how it goes. I'm sorry, that's not how it goes. They're human beings. That's what they're there. That's what you're there for, to help them out, to take care of them, and give them what they need. Well, the only thing I got to say is that I just hope that the system changes to a better system and take care of these prisoners more the way they deserve to be treated, like human beings, not like animals.
Thank you so much, Marie.